with spaghetti squash and feta cheese and tomatoes. I got grape tomatoes. It calls for cherry tomatoes, but it is what it is. So I'm going to show you what my setup looks like. Okay, so here I have spaghetti squash. I have feta cheese. I have grape tomatoes. You can do cherry or grape. Either way, they taste the same. I'm going to put some of this on. Tomato, basil, garlic, and garlic pepper. Some olives. I'm going to chop up some garlic. And so, yeah, I have to scrape out the seeds. So this is like a pumpkin. So it's squash. And pumpkin is a squash. So that's what I'm going to do today in the kitchen. I decided that, you know, if I'm going to try a new recipe out, then I'm going to share it with everybody else, because sharing is caring, and I care about you because I care about me and I care about my health. So the spaghetti squash is actually really tasty. If you like spaghetti and you want to get, you don't want to eat carbs, or you're trying to cut out of your carbs, cut back, I recommend spaghetti squash, and it's very good for your gut too. So I completely recommend that, because, you know, we have to start taking better care of ourselves. So with this spaghetti squash, I'm going to, I'm scooping it out. So let me show you. This is the slime that looks like a pumpkin. So I'm scooping out all of that, so it's gonna look hollow on the inside. So yeah, let me just get all that out. And then I'm gonna base it with some olive oil and also some of the seasonings. So now that that's scooped out, so this is how you scoop out your spaghetti squash. And one thing you want to be careful cutting it in half. I was not gonna cut this in half on camera because it's dangerous. So be careful. So these now are hollow on the inside. So I'm gonna cut up some garlic. Okay, and then it calls for feta cheese. So I bought the block, and feta cheese is really good, and you can do a lot with feta cheese. So don't be scared. You know, a lot of people are used to always wanting cheddar cheese or American cheese. Let's step outside of that realm and increase our minds to other cheeses. There's other cheeses out there. I like smoked Gouda cheese too. I really do. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this olive oil in a half of a tablespoon, and I'm just gonna put it in both of them. And I have this, so I'm gonna like brush it on. So yeah, I'm pouring a little bit into each one of these, and then I'm going to baste it, or, you know, brush it all over. You know, it's kind of therapeutic cooking. It really is, especially if you put on some nice peaceful music, either some jazz or some, I like focus music because it helps me to focus. So that's what I have a little bit playing quietly in my background. So yeah, I'm just basting these. Yeah, today was a really good day for me. Hey, Shaquita. I hope you're doing well. I'm over here coming up with some new ideas that I found on Instagram. I'm baking a spaghetti squash with feta cheese. But today was a really good day. I've been protecting my peace. I went for a little drive. So, you know, whatever city that you live in, sometimes you should go for a drive in it and just check out all of your surroundings and just see what your city is really like. A lot of people only stay on like specific sides of towns, but it's really good to get outside of that and just drive around and see what is in your community, because your city is your community. So you don't just live in a neighborhood. if you live in a city, you need to represent it to the fullest, and you need to know. Hi, Carrie. Happy Friday. But yeah, if you live in a city, your city, you need to know what your city is all about. So I encourage you to go to all sides of your city, good or bad sides, because you just need to know what your environment is like. You really need to know. So that's what I did today. I'm making spaghetti squash with feta cheese and grape tomatoes. Right now I'm chopping up some garlic that I'm going to add to it. So yeah, I'm going to show you that. I really think that eating healthy is a good way to open up your mind, finding new ideas. I'm going to chop up some olives too and put them in here. But yeah, so I went driving around in my city today and just enjoying my free time, protecting my peace. So I just encourage everybody to do that in your day-to-days, like whenever you're off, just enjoy your neighborhoods. Enjoy that. So that's what I did, and I decided to come home and make a wonderful meal for myself. And so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, it is really good protecting your peace and just being kind to yourself. I went to the mall today and I went into this store. It was a hippie store. Okay, so, and they had different incense and just a whole bunch of different things. But what I found in there was a mood ring and a mood necklace, because I want to always be at peace with myself. So I want to always make sure that I'm in a good mood. So I have this mood necklace that is, so I can always say I'm in a good mood. And it's good to always be in a good mood. It's good to protect your peace. So, okay, I'm chopping up some tomatoes also, because I'm going to top this meal, this spaghetti squash, with tomatoes. So, like I said, this is a spaghetti squash. I scooped out the inside, which is this, it looks like it comes from a pumpkin. So that's what you want to do. And you want to, like I said, you want to be careful when you cut your spaghetti squash in half, because these suckers are dangerous. So you just want to be careful of that. Be very careful. So I'm going to cut up some of these grape tomatoes. I'm going to cut them in half, because when you cook them, also set your oven, preheat your oven to 400 degrees when you do your spaghetti squash. And so the spaghetti squash, when you get ready to eat it, it automatically, you scrape it out with your fork in noodle form. And it's fun. It's really fun. So I'm cutting up some of these tomatoes because I'm going to put those on top. Oh, also, I forgot to sprinkle some salt. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on my spaghetti squash. And also, I have some Mrs. Dash. This is tomato, basil, garlic. Ooh, I kind of went a little bit too far. I should have paid attention to that. So let me scoop some of that out. I put a little too much seasoning. So you can always start over, okay? So that's one thing about this squash, because it's not cooked, you can always start over. So I'm starting over. Let me put a little bit more salt, a little bit. And, be careful of using salt. You don't want to use too much salt because, yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to, your blood pressure can go a long way if you use less salt. So, yeah, so now what I'm going to do is this is a block feta cheese. I'm going to cut out of this block, and I'm going to cutting the feta cheese. This is a block, so I'm going to stick this inside of the spaghetti squash. I'm going to put that in both of them. And so they had, on the video that I saw on Instagram, it was actually a lot of feta cheese. So, and if you like cheese, go at it, okay? Because I do, and feta cheese is really good with pasta. So I'm sticking the feta inside of the spaghetti squash. So you all, health is wealth. It really is. It pays to eat healthy, because when you eat healthy, you have a healthier mindset. It's really, and that's so true. Health is really wealth. So I encourage everybody to be healthy, eat healthy, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be healthy. Don't be afraid, because when you do, then it'll open up your own mindset. It'll open up your eyes to a whole different lifestyle. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit more of this tomato basil on my feta cheese. Oh, and then I also have some garlic pepper. I'm going to put that on here too. I like flavors. So you can overload your, especially if you have less salt, you can overload. Put a lot of flavor in your food. And trust me, it'll make you happy. It'll make you happy. It really will. So yeah, I'm going to sprinkle some of this because I love this. And so now what I'm going to do is top it with some garlic. I'm going to put some garlic and some olives in here. Just like that. I'm going to do the same for the other. I love garlic, okay? Do not be afraid of garlic. Garlic is good. It's good for you. And then after I stuff it with garlic, I think I'll put a little bit more, sprinkle a little bit more salt. I like sea salt. Okay, so that's what this looks like. Now I'm gonna top it. I'm gonna put these tomatoes on top, because that's what I saw on the Instagram video. And then also after it bakes, so I think you want to bake it for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And then there was a balsamic glaze that was made for it, so I'm going to do the same. And so to make a balsamic glaze, you need balsamic vinegar and half a teaspoon of honey. So instead of honey, I'm going to use a blue agave. So I'm going to do a half a teaspoon of that in balsamic vinegar, and I'm going to whisk it on the stove. And then after that, that's going to be my glaze. And I'm going to put it, when this is done baking, then I will put some of that glaze on there, and it's just going to be like, whoa, okay? This is going to be delicious. I know it's going to be delicious because I said it. And I speak stuff into existence, and I hope you do too, because that's a good thing to do. Speak your life into existence. Speak your health into existence. Speak your health into existence, because health is wealth. And let me tell you, on my journey, I have definitely become very healthy. I used to have high blood pressure, a lot of things, and now I don't have that anymore. My blood pressure is really good. I'm over here putting more cheese. I want some more feta, because this is going to be creamy and good, y'all. Whatever I make is gonna be good, okay? So feta cheese is this is going to be scrumdiddlyumptious. So, and I believe that. So yeah. So I'm still stuffing with stuffing the tomatoes on top. So this is how it's looking. So it's going to bake. I'm going to bake this for about 45 minutes. I'm so excited because this is going to be so delicious. Y'all have no idea. I love finding new recipes because it just makes me happy. It makes me happy to do that and know that I'm doing it for my health. And so, you know, you can cut out those hamburgers. You can cut out McDonald's. You can cut out Burger King. You can cut out all of these places because you're spending extra money when you could spend the same amount of money and make mega meals and be healthier. That's what you should do. And then also it just gives you that peace to try a new recipe and do it peacefully without having to try to figure things out. Figure it out for yourself by making you a nice meal. Go on Pinterest. I love going on Pinterest because Pinterest has so many different ideas. so many different things. So I just say get out there and just change your life. Change your life. If you're going to go online and Google stuff, Google some new recipes. Okay, so I'm going to sprinkle just a tad bit more salt on here. I'm going to put some more garlic pepper around this thing. Okay, because this is going to be delicious. And I'm going to put it in the oven in a few minutes. Let me see. I think I want to layer the outside of this. This is going to be pretty, okay? See, it's just so fun to just step outside of yourself and just cook something new. It's so fun. So this is going to be delicious, okay? Delicious and nutritious, and it's not going to be salty. So I'm just sprinkling. I just like flavor, so I'm sprinkling some more of this Mrs. Dash on here and a little bit more garlic pepper. So I'm going to show you all what this is going to look like before I put it in the oven. Okay, so see, look at that. That looks so delicious, okay? This is going to be a pasta, okay? Look at that. So yes, I'm going to put it in the oven now, and it's going to bake for about 45 minutes. So let me just show you all. I'm gonna stick this in the oven. I already have my oven set to 400, and you just stick it in there. So let me show you. I'm gonna show you, so just bear with me. Okay, so you see, that's in the oven, and I'm going to bake it for about 45 minutes, and all is going to be good with the world, because I'm good with the world. Okay, so just stay tuned. I will come back. Either I may go live, or I may just post a picture of what the finished product looks like. So I hope you all have a happy Friday and have plenty of peace, and be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, love one another, because God loves you, okay? So carpe diem, continue seizing your day. Tomorrow's going to be great. Lord willing, my mom will be 70 tomorrow, and we're going to be celebrating all day long. So yeah. All right, so have a happy Friday, and look forward to seeing what this finished product looks like.